Hi everyone, very good evening, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't go live yesterday. I know बहुत सारे लोगों ने बहुत वेट भी किया था, but unfortunately I got some work, which is why रह गया to even let you all know that we would be doing the session, but not yesterday. So the good news is हम दो सेशंस करेंगे आज नहीं Saturday and Sunday. We'll meet tomorrow, and of course today itself we are meeting at 6, not 9. Just a bit of change of time. तो अब टाइम को ध्यान में नहीं रखेंगे. It will not be 9 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. It can be any moment of the day, Fridays and Saturdays. This is because I'm not sure what will happen the entire day. So जैसे कल का मिस हुआ and मैं नहीं सेशन ले पाया, I don't want that this continues, and hence I've decided कि हम सेशंस करेंगे, but it can be Friday and Saturday any moment. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Guys, I am preparing such good content for you people. English सीखनी हो, corporate training सीखनी हो, I'm so sorry, corporate training नहीं, corporate ready होना हो, campus में students हो, graduation के बाद अच्छा career चाहिए हो, I'm helping out each one of you. Whatever you are doing, kindly focus on me, subscribe to the channel, share the videos that you like and that you feel that others can get help from. Because if you do share that, you might not know who can get helped. So it's not only about me or about you, it is about the community. So let's help each other, because AI has grown and will grow. It is growing, right? So, I mean, we have to save our jobs, right? So if you think that AI will take away your job, firstly, AI is not going to take away your job, but yes, it will get rid of those who are not at all paying attention, जिनका focus नहीं है, those who are not good at some or the other skill, that those who are lacking skills. And that's why it is said that it is very important to focus on the skill, on the skills. So if we actually get better at the skills we are working on, there can be a lot of change, right? So please subscribe to the channel immediately, whenever you watch the video. These content, all of it, these pieces of content are for you, because I believe, my core belief is that each one of us as humans have one or the other potential, has one or the other skill that we just need to upgrade and get better at it. And you never know that you can immediately get highly paid. Each and every skill of yours can get you highly paid. So why not start from today, and why not communicate uniquely? So join me in this movement where I am helping each one of you. Do share the videos, do come on to the live sessions, so that these live sessions need to be very interactive, need to be a place where you can ask your questions, where I can solve your problems, be it personal or professional. Of course, you can ask me any question related to communication, your soft skills, whatever. Because soft skills are not only for the professional world, these are also for your common everyday life, your personal life. So if you need to upgrade yourself even in your personal life, trust me, join, communicate, join me in this movement, and I can assure you better opportunities will, they are waiting for you. You just need to go ahead, subscribe to the channel. That's it that I'm asking for. Neither am I asking you to pay anything. बस इतना सा एक छोटा सा token है, sort of, right? Because when you subscribe, you often you get updated about the content. Anyways, so if you remember, the very first live session that we had was related to English. And today, after 4 live sessions, it's the fifth live session, and again, we will be covering something about English. People often keep telling you, think in English. But is that correct? And is that enough? कैसे improve किया जाए? How should we improve? How can we instead talk properly without any hesitation? How can we increase our confidence levels? That is what we need to have, right? So, good evening once again to everyone. Now, let me actually ask you a very, very important question. Okay. How many of you first think in your native language, whether Hindi, Punjabi, whatever the language is, and then you translate it to English? And by the time that you actually speak the sentence, the moment is gone. How many of you actually felt this? You can type in me in the chat whenever you watch the videos and let me know, because I can definitely help you solve this problem. By the way, this video is going to have it entirely. This live session is going to have the answer. But still, if you want my personal suggestions, you can reach me out. And the details will be below in the description, of course. Right? So now, many people, to answer this, I feel many people are there who actually even reach me out stating that, sir, I don't know how to think in English. I think in my native language because I've always been taught in that particular language, and that's natural. Of course, you will think in your native language, and then only you'll be translating, right? But what happens is you are investing or engrossing your brain into multiple tasks, and that takes a lot of time, right? And by the time you happen to speak, the moment is exactly gone. And then what happens? It's that you've lost the confidence, right? So, for example, someone asks you a simple question like, what did you do today? And your brain goes like, आज मैंने रुको ट्रांसलेट कर रहा हूँ, आई डिड समथिंग एंड आप बोल ही नहीं पाए because you were actually thinking in your native language. आज मैंने क्या किया? Like for me, it's Hindi. Of course, it can be any language for you, any regional language, or wherever in the world you watch me from. It can be any particular language, right? So we start translating, and by the time we happen to speak, the other person has already taken away that chance, or maybe that chance is gone. Maybe the person has moved to another question or to another system in life. That's what happens. Translation, like you must have seen the Google translations, it happens just like that in our brain, although Google translation has improved way better now. uh, and for me, translation is like using the Google Maps with 2G internet, to be honest, because the speed that we translate in is very, very slow. You'll surely reach the conclusion, you'll surely reach the level that you want to, you'll be speaking in the language, but after everyone else has already spoken, everyone else has already reached the destination, you'll reach there, right? By the time, I mean, all the activities would have been done. So it's just like that. That's why I term it as using Google Maps on a 2G network. It's just similar to that. The real problem, the real issue is not the translation. The real issue is not that you have a problem with the vocabulary, or you have an English problem. The problem is we are thinking, okay? We are thinking a lot and it's taking time. And yes, of course, it will take time because we are not habituated of what we are doing, right? You're trying to exactly run the sentence in English on a Hindi operating system. It's just like that. If you understand the computers, it's just that. And trust me, fluency can never be achieved if you translate, if you do it that way. The fluency doesn't come from translation, it comes from direct thinking. So whatever that you think, just need to think clearly. The clarity is the goal, right? The clarity is the key to achieve that success while communicating. Now remember this, that you don't speak what you know, you speak what you think. Okay, so that should always be there. It's like the CPU, whatever is being processed, it takes a little time in some PCs. So it's just that you have to think directly. It would have been way easier had we known the machine level language, and the machine did not have to convert it or decode it into its own language. It would have been way easier and way quicker. Although technology ने इतना upgrade किया that the systems are now way too quick, right? But still, it takes some time. So the processing, once we are processing, we will definitely take that time. So if my point is that if we think directly in a particular language with clarity, that can surely help. Fine. How to exactly do that? Now, if somebody says start thinking in English, it's exactly not possible immediately. But what you can do instead is, can you make simple sentences in English? If you think simple sentences, so what are simple sentences? For example, it is raining, or I love mangoes. These are all simple sentences, right? So don't try to think big English sentences or big English words. Try to go and start from the very basic. If you think like, I would like to express my gratitude, now that's an upper level of the language. We are not required for that. I mean, that's not required by us. To start with, let's just be very simple. Instead of gratitude, we can just thank the other person, and it is so easy. Thank you so much. So start with simple sentences. Simplicity is the best thing that you can ever have. So the more simple you keep it, the better it is to create those sentences, and it will feel real. Fine. बनावटी नहीं लगेगा. People hate when the others try to pretend. So it's better if you do the same with your language as well. So keep it very, very simple. That is step number 1 for you. Step number 2, um, everyday language. You have a world, you are surrounded with, and the everyday life teaches you a lot. Right now, for example, wherever you are, try and look around. That is going to definitely give you something to talk about. Number 1, start talking about that. Look around and say the sentences. For example, this is my cell phone. A simple example. So, whatever that you have in front of you, this is my notebook, my laptop is on my table. Simple sentences, simple and easy. So, this is my laptop, this is my room. I'm sitting on a chair, for example. Okay, that is that might sound very silly to you initially because simple चीजें करना हमें पसंद नहीं होती, to be honest, and we feel awkward about it. But remember one thing: the best of the things always feel silly initially, right? It's good that you feel silly about it, and that is how honestly the learning starts. Learning is a journey. Trust the journey. Okay. Now, if someone sees you doing this particular thing and thinks that you've gone mad, because many people would definitely think that you talk to yourself, but trust me, that's the best thing to do. Talk to yourself, look around and speak sentences. But if somebody sees you doing all this and tries to mock you, tries to make fun of you, and think that you've gone mad, just tell them that I am upgrading my brain software. What are you doing currently? Right? So just tell them this because you need to have an answer. So every software needs an upgrade, and this is how it is upgraded. And simpler steps mean a lot. Remember this thing. Now, anyways, moving ahead. So, two steps I have cleared by far. Step number three, time for step number three. By far, I hope two steps are pretty much clear. Coming to step number three, talk as much to yourself as possible. Like I already mentioned in the previous example, trust me, this helps you so very much. I'll tell you a story. So, I was in this competition, a quiz competition. I was good at quizzes actually when I was a young kid. I was in grade third, I suppose, and I no, not third. I feel I was in grade second at that moment. And I'll tell you the journey. Why I tell you the journey so that you understand this better. So I was in grade second, and my one of the teachers who was the in charge of the quizzes and all these activities, she told me that there's going to be a quiz, and she knew that I was one of the good students who was good at quiz also. So she approached me, and she made a team out of the four houses. There were four houses: yellow, green. I was the yellow house actually. So I was put into one of the teams, quiz teams, and my team members. We all prepared for 2 consecutive days, but on the very day of the quiz competition, my respected principal ma'am, she told me that not me. She reached out to the concerned person who was actually the real. I mean, who was dealing with all of this. She reached out to that teacher, telling that he is not good at English, and since it is going to proceed to the national television also later. This quiz, it was Bonvita quiz. It was aired on Hangama TV by Derek O'Brien. Derek O'Brien was back then a quiz master. So I was pretty much happy about it that I was going on. Like if I win it, I would be going to the television. And what eventually happened, I was pulled down from the team because I did not know English, how to speak English. That was what the reason given by the principal to the concerned teacher was. So she reached me out, and I literally broke down into tears. Rotara, rotara. I cried for around, uh, for around 3 hours or 4 hours consecutively. But then I made it a point. I was back then 9 or 10, I guess, maybe even smaller, even younger. And I broke down into tears, and a young guy would not have that much of sense. You probably would understand. But I somehow gained confidence. I somehow told myself that fine, this time इस बार नहीं आने दिया मुझे क्विज में या किसी भी कंपटीशन में. Let's practice a little on my English. Let's gain that command. Let's see how much I can do within the 3 months of my summer vacations. And I actually started working on my English. 3 months down the line, summer vacations were over. I gained two things: my height, a little height, and also I gained command over my language, the use of English. And just after 3 months, there was a debate competition that I was asked to participate in because the teachers had seen me eventually progress. And having learned the language, it became even more easier. So 3 months, it was not very good level of English, I would say, at that age, but it was still better and it was still something that I could appear in the competitions with. So I participated in the debate competition, and trust me, the 4 months of hard work actually bared fruits. What exactly? I won a silver medal in the debate competition. And that was a life changing activity that made me realize that if you put your 100% onto something, that changes your entire thing. And how did I do it? It was all by talking to myself, because honestly, I had nobody during the summer vacations to help me out. My parents were not so very good at English, but of course, my father helped me a little, and my mother, through the notebooks and everything that she could accumulate, she helped me entirely. I focused, I listened to the news channels, paid attention, read news in the newspaper. I did all of those activities which a normal traditional learning strategy would tell you. यही मैं करता रहा, एंड 4 महीने में मुझे चेंजेस समझ आ गए थे. So the talking to yourself, that is step number 3. And when you actually start talking to yourself, you see a lot of change, because for you are the best partner, because nobody else knows you better than you yourself. We should not depend on anybody for any activity, action, whatever that happens in our life. We should be independent, and that independence is the key. So talk to yourself. You are the best partner for learning any particular thing, and particularly for English or any language, this is the best thing to do. So talk in sentences, talk about particular things like what should I eat, what should I drink, or use sentences like I'm feeling happy today, I'm feeling tired, I am sad, or let's say you are about to complete a task, so let me complete this task right now. This is how you can create simple sentences and talk to yourself. Start speaking, because there will be no judgment, and this will create no fear also. Hence, this can be a very effective tool. Now, the more, of course, remember this, what I'm going to say now, the more that you practice like this in the private, personally, that privacy thing is always effective. Of course, you should have that vision, that mission for yourself. So the more that you practice privately, the more your performance boosts. It becomes even confident when in the public. Trust me on this. You can practice it through in this particular manner. So 3 steps cleared. Step 4, stop translating. Now let it be very, very clear. Make it very, very clear. You should not have your native language in your mind, first of all. Stop translating and think in that particular language. The big mistake, what exactly happens is you think of full sentences in your native language. एक दो शब्द fine है. Now, when you actually have the full Hindi sentences and then you try and convert, that becomes a real trouble. Instead, I would suggest think in keywords. Keywords मतलब, let's say आपने, अभी मैंने मतलब ही बोला, right? Matlab, meaning. When you actually have the keywords, it becomes easier for you to translate. Okay. Like market और कल. अगर आप सिंपल ये सोचो कि कल मैं मार्केट गया था, इसको कल एंड मार्केट दो चीजें कॉमन है. बट अगर आप यही सोचो कल मीन्स येस्टरडे, बीता हुआ कल. सो येस्टरडे एंड मार्केट इज मार्केट, राइट? गया था is went to. So it becomes easier for you to actually speak. Yesterday I went to the market. That's it. It's so very easy, right? So think in keywords instead of thinking in your native language and in complete sentences. Think in keywords. I hope that makes it very, very clear. Jumping to step number 5. हम लोग बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम की सोचते हैं कि बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लगेगा किसी चीज़ को लर्न करने में. नो, if you give something or devote just 5 to 10 minutes of your time to any particular thing, you can learn almost anything in this world. Human brain is capable of anything and everything. So if you can devote daily of 5 minutes, okay, and this drill will take exactly 5 minutes. So every day, the first 2 minutes, observe and think in English, like whatever. Let's suppose there's air conditioner in your room. Just observe it. Okay. Now speak to yourself for the next 2 minutes about that thing that you've observed. And in the last 1 minute, record your voice. आज तो सेल फोन का जमाना है, टेक्नोलॉजी है इतनी सारी. Use it for your own benefit. Record your voice. That's it. Listen to it now. आपको किसी कोर्स की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Trust me on this. If you literally think that किसी कोर्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी इसके बाद भी, I can guarantee you किसी कोर्स की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी if you actually focus on these 3 steps. So first 2 minutes, just observe. Observation is the strongest thing you can do. Look and think about it for the next 2 minutes. Speak to yourself. खुद से बात करो उसके बारे में. And then for the last 1 minute, speak it out loud and record your voice. That's how you can actually speak effectively. Now, but there's a twist also. Let me tell you something very, very deep also over here. Okay, this is not just about English. This is about your confidence levels also, your confidence identity also. Because at times we just think that English bolni hai, English hi hai, right? All of it, and it goes in vain. So we shouldn't be rather dealing with the problem with just as it is. I mean, it's about English. No, it's about your confidence identity also. And trust me, this will help you improve on that. Now at Communicate, I have created something called the UNI-8 Persona Assessment, and which is an assessment that's based on your personality tests. There are 8. It has 8 at the end that you see in the name, and that 8 is because it is testing 8 parameters of your professional life. So it helps you actually understand who you are as a communicator or as a professional, where you hesitate, where you are good at, all of it, and what blocks your confidence, almost everything. Because like I said, I believe in one thing: every person has a potential. It's just that everybody is different. Some people know English but they lack confidence. Some people are confident but they lack the structure, and some overthink almost everything. And some people think so much that even their thoughts and they need the permission to come out of their brain. So Overthinking is bad, right? Just remember this. And now, since I was talking about the Unite Persona Assessment, with Unite, we help you identify whether you are a thinker, a feeler, or maybe an avoider of those feelings. Uh, do you hesitate because of fear or perfectionism? What exactly is the reason? Because I don't think about the problem, I think about the solution. And because solution is different for each person. You don't need more English. You just need the right approach for you. So appear the Unite Persona Assessment. The link is below in the description, and you'll get your detailed um report of 10 to 12 pages in 48 hours after having appeared the particular assessment. Now, let me also motivate you a bit because that is very much required. Let me tell you very, very honestly, confidence is not about knowing everything, because we often feel that I should know everything. No, it's not about that. It is rather about expressing what you already know, that too without fear. So remember, we should be fearless. We should have confidence in whatever we know. That's it. It, I mean, that's the particular point that will help you gain even more confidence. So tonight's task for you is, for the next 24 hours, try to think in English for at least 10 minutes in the day. Okay. Um, Even if it feels uncomfortable to you, don't hesitate. Rather, proceed with that thinking, because growth begins where comfort ends. Trust me on that. When you get out of your comfort zone, lots of things can be won over. If you liked this particular session, please do not forget to like, share with the person that you feel requires this, and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. And if you are serious about improving, join these free sessions. These are all meant for you. And if you want even more even deeper clarity on who you truly are, if you want to get self-aware, appear the Unite Persona Assessment and enroll with me for the paid online sessions. That's it. Please do remember, do not translate your thoughts, transform them. I'll see you tomorrow again, possibly the same time or maybe a little change in the time. Until then, start thinking in English, not tomorrow, today itself, right now, and see you on the other side tomorrow. So, yeah, take care and have a wonderful day.